Have you ever wondered who is actually the strongest Power Ranger of all time? Not the coolest suit, not the most popular team, but the Ranger with the craziest powers, the strongest weapons, and feats so insane they could destroy entire armies alone. Because honestly, some Rangers were basically unstoppable. And trust me, the #1 pick on this list? Yeah, that Ranger was so overpowered. Fans still debate if anyone can beat him. So today we're counting down the 7 strongest Power Rangers ever. Hello, 7 friends. Welcome back to 7 Spot Channel, the place where we dive into the most legendary top 7 lists from movies, games, sports, superheroes, and everything awesome in pop culture. Today we're entering the world of morphers, Zords, and legendary battles as we rank the 7 strongest Power Rangers ever created. This list is based on overall power, battle achievements, unique abilities, leadership, and hey, if you grew up watching Power Rangers, don't forget to hit subscribe and join the 7 Spot family for more epic countdowns every week. Now morphers ready? Let's begin. Before we start, remember, this list includes Rangers from different eras, different universes, and different power systems. Some Rangers became powerful because of ancient magic, others had insane technology, and a few were simply born different. So if your favorite Ranger isn't #1, don't worry, but trust me, every Ranger here absolutely earned their place. All right, 7 friends. Starting at number 7. Tommy Oliver from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is easily one of the most iconic Rangers ever created. But what made Tommy truly terrifying wasn't just popularity, it was power. When he first appeared as the Green Ranger, he was actually evil, controlled by Rita Repulsa. And during that time, he completely destroyed the original Ranger team almost by himself. That alone tells you how dangerous he was. His Dragon Dagger could summon the legendary Dragon Zord. And unlike many Rangers, Tommy fought with an aggressive style that felt more like a martial arts master than a superhero. What makes Tommy special is that he didn't stop evolving. Over the years, he became the White Ranger, Red Zeo Ranger, Red Turbo Ranger, and Black Dino Ranger. That means Tommy mastered multiple Ranger powers across generations. Fun fact: according to many official Power Rangers interviews and fan polls, Tommy is often considered the greatest Ranger leader ever. And honestly, a Ranger who dominated 5 different power systems is already legendary. But the next Ranger on this list had powers that were literally supernatural. Number 6. Merrick Ballatin, Lunar Wolf Ranger. The Lunar Wolf Ranger from Power Rangers Wild Force was different from the moment he appeared. Merrick Ballatin carried the power of the wolf spirit, and for thousands of years, he was cursed by the evil Duke Org known as Zen Aku. That dark power made him insanely dangerous. Unlike many Rangers who relied on teamwork, Merrick often fought alone, and he was powerful enough to defeat enemies that entire Ranger teams struggled against. His Lunar Q weapon could transform into multiple modes, making him unpredictable in battle. But here's the crazy part. Merrick's powers came from ancient wild energy, meaning his strength wasn't just technology-based like many Rangers, it was mystical. Fans still remember how intimidating he felt during Wild Force because he carried this lone warrior energy that made him feel more like a mythical hero than a normal Ranger. And visually, that silver wolf armor is still one of the coolest Ranger designs ever made. But wait until you see the next Ranger, because this one literally controlled quantum-level power. Number 5. Eric Myers, Quantum Ranger. The Quantum Ranger from Power Rangers Time Force was basically the definition of raw power. Eric Myers wasn't chosen because he was pure-hearted or destined for greatness. Nope, he took the power himself, and somehow he managed to control one of the most unstable Ranger powers ever created. The Quantum Morpher was originally considered too dangerous because its energy levels were off the charts, but Eric's determination and combat skill allowed him to master it anyway. His Quantum Defender weapon was incredibly destructive, and his Q-Rex Zord alone was powerful enough to rival entire Megazords. Seriously, the Q-Rex looked more like a final boss than a Ranger machine. What made Eric unique was his personality. Unlike traditional heroic Rangers, he was cold, ambitious, and ruthless at times. That edge made him unpredictable in battle. Many fans and official Power Rangers media described the Quantum Ranger powers as among the strongest morphing energies in the franchise. And honestly, when your Zord looks capable of destroying cities by itself, yeah, you belong on this list. But now we enter God-level territory. Number 4, Anubis Doggy Kruger, Shadow Ranger. Now this ranger was built different. Doggy Kruger from Power Rangers SPD wasn't just a ranger, he was a war veteran, a commander, and one of the deadliest swordsmen in Power Rangers history. The Shadow Ranger only appeared occasionally in battle, but every single time he fought, he dominated completely. Kruger's combat skills were so advanced that even experienced rangers looked amateur compared to him. And unlike many rangers who depended on flashy powers, Kruger relied on precision, discipline, and overwhelming technique. His Shadow Saber became one of the most feared weapons in SPD, but the real reason he's here? Experience. Doggy Kruger survived galactic wars, led SPD forces across the universe, and defeated enemies far stronger than himself through pure skill. Fun fact, many longtime fans consider Shadow Ranger episodes among the best written in the entire franchise because of how serious and intimidating Kruger felt. Honestly, he gave off Jedi Master energy. But now, we move into Rangers with powers so massive they almost broke their own universes. Number 3, Andros, Red Space Ranger. If you watched Power Rangers in space, you already know why Andros is here. This man helped save the entire franchise. Seriously, Power Rangers in Space was originally supposed to be one of the final seasons, but the story became so successful that it revived the series completely, and Andros was a huge reason why. As the Red Space Ranger, he wasn't just powerful physically, he carried emotional weight, leadership, and battle intelligence. He fought against some of the strongest villains in Power Rangers history, including Dark Spectre and Astronema. And unlike many leaders, Andros often fought alone deep in space before even meeting his team. His Spiral Saber and galaxy-level combat experience made him incredibly dangerous. But his biggest moment? Destroying Zordon's energy tube in the finale. That decision unleashed the Z-Wave, a massive energy blast powerful enough to wipe out evil across the universe. Yeah, universe-level impact. Not many Rangers can say they literally changed the fate of the galaxy, but the top 2 Rangers on this list, they were beyond legendary. Number 2, Jason Lee Scott, Gold Zeo Ranger. Wait, Jason at number 2? Yep, and here's why. The Gold Zeo Ranger powers are considered by many official Power Rangers sources and longtime fans to be among the strongest Ranger powers ever created. Zeo power itself continuously grows stronger over time, meaning theoretically, it has no limit. And Jason, the original Red Ranger leader, was the one powerful enough to handle that energy. The Gold Ranger form gave him enhanced strength, insane combat speed, and one of the coolest weapons in franchise history, the Golden Power Staff. Jason already had years of leadership and battle experience before receiving Zeo powers, which made him even deadlier. And unlike some Rangers who depended on special moments, Jason consistently proved himself in battle after battle. Fans especially loved seeing the return of the original leader with such an overpowered form. It felt earned. But even Jason couldn't take the number 1 spot because the strongest Ranger ever wasn't just powerful, he was practically unstoppable. Number 1, Lord Drakon. And here we are, the strongest Power Ranger ever. Lord Drakon, an evil alternate universe version of Tommy Oliver. And honestly, this guy was terrifying. Created in the Boom Studios comics, Lord Drakon became one of the most dangerous beings in all Power Rangers lore. Why? Because he combined the powers of both the Green Ranger and White Ranger forms into one unstoppable entity. That alone was broken, but then he became even stronger. Drakon conquered entire dimensions, defeated multiple Ranger teams, stole Ranger powers, and nearly destroyed the Morphin Grid itself. The Morphin Grid is basically the source of all Ranger power. So yeah, this man threatened the entire multiverse. Even veteran Rangers struggled against him because Drakon constantly evolved and absorbed more energy. What made him unforgettable wasn't just strength, it was intelligence. He understood Ranger weaknesses better than anyone because he used to be a Ranger hero himself. And visually, his armor looked like the final boss of the entire franchise. Fans loved Lord Drakon so much that he quickly became one of the most popular comic-exclusive characters ever created. Honestly, if Power Rangers ever make a massive live-action multiverse movie, Lord Drakon has to be the villain, because no Ranger has ever felt more unstoppable than him. And those were the 7 strongest Power Rangers ever. From Tommy Oliver's legendary legacy to Lord Drakon nearly destroying the multiverse itself, these Rangers proved why they became icons for generations of fans. But now I want to hear from you. Who do you think is the strongest Power Ranger of all time? Did your favorite Ranger make the list? Or do you think someone else deserved the #1 spot? Drop your opinion in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another 7-spot countdown. And hey, next time maybe we'll rank the 7 strongest Megazords or the 7 darkest moments in Power Rangers history. Until then, stay legendary, 7 friend.